man, back again, riding dirty raw. My man, Corey Diligent, what's going on, my G?
Yeah, hey, what's happening, Bit? You already know your boy Corey Diligence. Swats.
All right, man, look, man, you have a very prolific and what I consider historical independent story, and I want to give it to the world. Man, let's start off by letting the people know who are not familiar with Diligent or Corey Diligent or Diligent, the battle rapper. Let's let them know where you're from and what was even your introduction to this music business. Because I know you went to school with a lot of greats.
No doubt. Hey, man, Corey Diligent once again, born and raised, man, Southwest Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Hey, in terms of my start in music, man, it goes back to middle school. And I actually went to elementary and middle school with Crisscross. So I met them in 4th grade. But of course, the successive jump and totally crossed out wasn't until we were in 6th grade. But also in middle school, I attended with Young Dro as well, Rocco the Don, and Polo the Don as well. You know what I'm saying? So that was my start in music, man. When Crisscross made it big with Jump, we were 12 years old in 6th grade. And so that's where my musical motivation started, to see both of my friends make it big. And I know, Vic, you're familiar with the success of Jump and Totally Crossed Out during, I think that was like 92, 93 during that time. And so that's where the motivation came from. And actually, Chris Smith, Daddy Mac, he's the one who gave me my rap name, Diligent. So when you hear Diligent and Corey Diligent, the Diligent portion comes from Daddy Mac, one half of Crisscross. So I definitely got to say, shout out to Chris Smith and rest in peace to Chris Kelly at the MAC.
Okay. Man, did you realize at that young age, first and foremost, that those gentlemen be that big?
You know what, Vic? I knew they were going to do something, because when we were in school, when I tell you, Vic, all the girls wanted Chris and Chris. All the girls liked them. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of my introduction to them, because all the girls that liked them, I liked, but they wouldn't give me the time of day. Because, you know, I didn't dress like how Crisscross dressed. You know, my mom, rest in peace to my mom, but she dressed me kind of preppy, kind of like how Boys II Men dressed in their Motown Philly days, you know? So when I, you know, hooked up with Chris and I kind of, you know, learned my swag and coolness from them, man, then I started getting attention from the girls. So I always knew they were going to do something, man. I just didn't know what, though.
Okay. All right, now, Polo the Don, Young Dro, Rocco, like, man, how did you realize that you was among greatness when you was throughout your travels in school?
Well, not from the music standpoint, because like when we were in school, none of us really doing music. The closest thing I saw, we would have pep rallies, you know, at Bunch Middle School, and Dro would rap during the pep rallies. But, you know, like Dro and Chris Smith took classes together. So they were already cool, you know what I'm saying? And that's how Dro started rapping, through the Crisscross success and everything. So that was the closest thing, I got to say, Vic, because like Polo played basketball. You know, so I always thought he was going to do something with the NBA or something, because he was good. You know, shout out to Polo the Don. And so, no, to answer your question, no, we didn't know. We did not know. But again, like when Crisscross made it, it just started that snowball effect. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
All right. When did you decide to take being an MC serious?
You know what? From the Crisscross motivation, what really solidified it for me was when I attended Morehouse. Upon graduating from Dove High School, I attended Morehouse in '97. And I know we're going to talk about the Divine Sons here, but that was the foundation of Divine Mind Entertainment. That's what we will call in college, DME, Divine Mind Entertainment. And we were all different cats, all from different parts of the world. And we hooked up in college, man. And that's when I really started taking it serious, like '97. You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
All right. Now, going to Morehouse. And a lot of times we don't hear, especially in today's times, we don't hear a lot of artists talking about secondary education. But you not only got a secondary education, you went to HBCU. For just a brief moment, man, talk about the importance of attending an HBCU and some of the things you experienced that you still carry throughout life.
Oh, wow, man, just attending Morehouse, aside from meeting the Divine Sons and everything, I was able to, able to work with Bill Campbell, who was our former mayor of Atlanta during my college tenure. I was able to intern with him and then get hired full time after that. Also going to Morehouse, I just got to meet so many people, man, just great leaders. As you know, the late, great Martin Luther King was a Morehouse man, Spike Lee, Samuel Jackson, the list goes on and on. But man, just having that experience and more so than that, the discipline. I think that was the main thing, just going to an all-male college. It taught me discipline and responsibility and accountability. You know what I'm saying? It taught me to cover myself. Anytime I do any business, make sure I have a paper trail just in case if the business doesn't go to my liking, I have something to back up, to cover myself. I was actually a business management major, you know what I'm saying? So just interacting with guys from Cali, guys from other countries, it was just a great experience, man. It's almost hard to put into words the 4 years I was there, but I was the first Morehouse graduate out of my family, graduating in 2001. So I definitely say that very proudly, not in a boastful way. And I just encourage anybody, if you're able to, if you have someone in high school, a son, daughter, niece, or nephew, man, try to get them scholarships, man, because, college ain't getting no cheaper. And if you're able to get any scholarship, Hope Scholarship, academic, athletic, whatever it is, definitely take advantage. It'll definitely be an asset to your life, definitely.
All right, now you mentioned DME and y'all being a collective of like minds, but from different areas. Who was some of the people down with DME, and how did that spawn off into all these great projects and artists that we have now?
Hey, wow, man. I have to start off with Anon the Griot because he was the first person in Divine who I met. Anon and I actually met in 97, when we were freshmen at 8 a.m. in physical science class. So that's where our duo name come from. I know it'll come up here in the interview, but 8 a.m. in the morning came from when we met in physical science. So when you see the 8 a.m. logo in the videos and, on our merch and everything, that's why we have the flasks and the beakers in the background, the whole scientific, background, because we met in physical science class. From there, I met Dan Johns. Dan and I stayed in Grace Hall together. I was on campus for about 3 months, and Dan's from South Carolina. And he really started the battle rap foundation for me, because after class, he and I would freestyle over industry beats over his PC. And like Anon and Dan were known at Morehouse. They would battle off campus, on campus, over at Clark, other schools. So like Anon and Dan were known, so that's why I got my battle rap start from Anon and Dan. You also got the Hunch Punch champ. The Hunch Punch is from Jersey. Also, he stayed in Houston for a little while. Man, great MC. He's on the Corey Diligent project I know we're going to talk about. And Plex Long, man, the co-founder of Black Box. He was just, man, my best friend, great MC. Actually, his dad and my dad were both friends of Bill Campbell. I know I spoke about Mayor Bill Campbell earlier. That's how I met Plex, because both our dads were friends and were friends with Bill Campbell. And so all in all, that's how we all came together, man. It was Morehouse College. That was, man, the meeting place right there. And that's what combined divine, if you want to say, combined divine.
All right, now you mentioned the battle rap. So for a lot of people, especially in the ATL and throughout the world, you probably were primarily known as a battle rapper first, because we heard you on 107.9 with Coco Brother. A lot of people seeing you on Freestyle Friday. Talk a little bit about your battle rap career and your insertion in that. You've been on Spit the Heat. You've been on, man, you've been on all the major battle platforms for the most part. Talk about what made you dive into that and what actually led to you retiring from that.
Okay, well, going back, speaking about Dan Johns and Anon the Griot, that's what my start and my interest for battle rap came, because we were called Divine Mind, like I said, but there was another crew called Cult of Icon, COI, Cult of Icon, and they would battle the cats in that crew, and I would just be out there, just rooting them on, just, man, just getting the full experience of battle rap, But from there, actually, before Coco Brother, I battled with, and I know you know this gentleman, Dreads the Beatnik. And Dreads used to be down at the Apache, the old Apache location.
Mike
and
Club.
he had the Mike Club freestyle competition. So that was the very first competition I won, was with Dreads the Beatnik. I think that was like 2001, like right when I got out of college. And so from there, that's when I got on Coco Brothers show in 2002 on the Hot 107.9 6 to 10 segment. And to show you that it was 2002, E.T., who currently runs the 6 to 10 segment, was an intern when Coco was there. So I remember E.T. from like when he first started, you know, so to see him and Jay Nitz doing their thing is, man, salute to E.T. and Jay Nitz. But that was really my start. When I started doing the radio, man, and, you know, people start hearing my voice, you know, because it was a weekly thing, like you said, Freestyle Friday. And I actually won 10 weeks straight, and they had to retire me, you know what I'm saying, from there. And then from there, 2003, the late, great Arnell Starr, American Music Makers, he had a freestyle competition doing when 8 Mile was out. You know, he did around the 8 Mile movie. And I won that competition as well. So to go from radio to TV and people putting the face with the name, that's how I got on 106 & Park. And because of Cujo Goodie from the Goodie Mob, he made the call to Lynette Grantfield, and I met him at the dungeon, and then that's when he told me, was I interested in being on 106 & Park. And next thing I know, I was on a plane to New York, man. So all in all, in a nutshell, that's how it happened for me.
All right, now, how much do you credit battle rap to where you are today as an artist?
Oh man, battle rap has been, man, just wow. That's been the driving force, really, Vic. I gotta tell you, because just going out in the Atlanta area, just moving around, and for people to recognize me, you know, it's not as much nowadays than it was like in the grind time days, because you and I know how big grind time was when it was out, you know. But just to go out and be recognized, and, you know, for my talent was just like, wow, because, you know, we see the views YouTube-wise, but you don't know their reception until you go out, you know, and you're making your errands and your movements day to day. And so, man, battle rap has been just a good look, man. And I got to shout out No Mercy TV, you know, for everyone who sees this, man. If you go to nomercytv.com on YouTube, and, man, I actually do the intro to his blogs. That's me rapping. You know, and I definitely got shout out No Mercy TV, and he's over the Trap New York Battle League as well. So, you know, if you're on YouTube, yeah, nomercytv.com, check him out. So, man, battle rap has definitely been just, man, a big influence in my career, man. I just want to shout out Grind Time, Spit That Heat, Don't Flop, just all the platforms I was able to grace, man. It's really been a blessing.
All right, now, being a battle rapper from Atlanta, because people don't think people from the South, you know, battle rap, freestyle, and all that was considered an East Coast thing. Like, first of all, how did the South respect you doing something that was different? And then how did people from the East Coast accept you?
Okay, well, man, I tell you, when I did 106 in 2005, and I'm very proud to say this, I was the first Atlanta native to be on 106 & Park Freestyle Friday. So just, man, people were just so happy to see just someone from the South, not just Atlanta, but from the South, to even make it on 106 & Park, because, you know, as you know, you got to audition and, you know, go through a whole audition process to even get on there. You're talking about a lot of MCs. So to get picked amongst, you know, MCs from Philly, New York, and New Jersey, and have my talent recognized, man, was just, man, that was just a big look for me, man. And, man, as far as from the East Coast, you know, that reception, man, I got a lot of love when I did Grind Time, man. You know, Grind Time started on the West Coast with Awkwards, the SARS, the Immaculate Disaster, all those guys. And so, you know, when they brought, you know, created a Georgia division, man, and I just took advantage, man. And, man, just going to Grind Time events and Disaster coming up like, yo, you're Diligent. Like, what? Disaster know who Diligent is? Like, you're Disaster. Like, you battle Arsenal, and, you know, you battled the late, great PH, and, you know, just to be recognized from top tier battle rappers, the Soul Cons, the Sarses, the Immaculates. It's just a good look, man. It's just a good look, for sure.
All right. Now, in your battle rap career, whether on cam or off cam, on radio, off radio, who do you feel like was your toughest opponent? And I'm not even going to ask did you win or they win, but who do you feel like was your toughest opponent?
Well, on the radio, easily it was Sonny. Sonny and I battled actually like 4 times. So when you see Sonny and I know you probably seen the footage when he and I battled on 106. That was like our 4th time battle. We had battled like, 2 or 3 times on the radio before then. So I would definitely say Sonny was my toughest competition because I battled him so many times. So, I definitely had to, craft my freestyles and, man, be on point because, Sonny's a great freestyler, you know what I'm saying? So he was definitely my toughest competition from the radio side. From the battle rap side on cam, I definitely got to say Clean Paper. Shout out to QP. I was actually Clean Paper's first on-camera battle. A lot of people don't know that battle rap history. So if you go to Grind Time, and see me and QP's battle, I think I battled the toughest QP because no one had battled him on cam until I battled him. And so we know what QP has done since then, being on URL and everything, Black Ice, Cartel. But he was definitely my toughest opponent on camera because, Clean had that comedic side to him with the mix of dope bars. So I wasn't used to that. I hadn't been introduced to that. So, yeah, Clean was my toughest battle on cam, definitely. Shout out to Clean Paper.
Now, if you were to come out of retirement for one battle, who would Corey Diligent want?
Ooh, one person. You know what? Once I think about it, I kind of want to rematch Reggie P. And a part of me kind of don't want to do it because we both from Southwest Atlanta and Reggie P just won the top bull tournament at Bullpen. So I would want our battle to help his career. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to be nothing. Let's just say hypothetically. I'm only speaking hypothetically. Let's just say if I beat Reggie 3-0. I'm not saying that I would or if he would beat me 3-0. But let's just say if I did, I wouldn't want it to erase what he's already accomplished because he's worked so hard to get to where he is. But I think me and Reggie, I just want to do something for the city, though. It wouldn't even be about winning or losing with me and Reggie because we actually cool, behind the scenes. But I would just want to put on for Atlanta because he's actually from Southwest Atlanta like I am, So he would just be one guy. I think we could really do something big for the city and really put, just the Southern battle rap, take it to that next level, man. You know what I'm saying? So I have to say my man Reggie P. I think we'll have a classic, definitely.
Okay. All right. Now, you pulled away from battle rap. What made you pull away?
The music. And I know I retired some years back, but just speaking right now, with the whole COVID thing, man, we were able as a collective with Divine Sons, we put out 6 projects, and so to answer your question, the music was going so good. And that's where, everybody's energy was, putting out projects, you know what I'm saying? So with the music going well and, I know, I do music with Cujo from the Goodie Mob. We just released Feed the Lions Volume 3, which is on all platforms. And Volume 1 and 2 is out as well. But we just released the 3rd volume on May the 7th, which is actually my daughter's 22nd birthday. Shout out to Angel. And so just to be on all 3 of his Feed the Lions projects, and him and Timo, Gil, CeeLo just recognizing my talent, man. Guys who I looked up to when I was 14, 15 years old to actually run with them and learn from them, be in the studio with them. It's just a blessing, man. And I just wanted to keep that energy going because how many times are you in the studio with actual legends and you're actually working with them, So I just try to, just take advantage, try to glean as much as I can from Goodie Mob. And, man, that's what really made me kind of, not do the in-ring thing with battle rap, but still be a part of the culture, like doing the No Mercy TV intro, like I said in the intro of our interview. Just doing stuff like that. I'm still a part of the culture, but kind of on the outside looking in. I still go to Bullpen events, shout out to John the Don. Shout out to ABR, Sis and everybody over there. So I still attend events and, if like Reggie P, if he's battling, I always, kick it with him, or if he's battling, I go support him. So definitely, man, I definitely want to still support Atlanta battle rap to the fullest.
All right. Now you mentioned Feed the Lions, which is a Cujo Goodie project. How did you develop that relationship with Cujo?
Man, it's kind of crazy. Okay. I'm gonna go all the way back. Okay, Cujo's mother and his late grandmother, rest in peace to Miss Willis, both attended Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church. It's on Westview Drive, you know, near the West End. So when they attended the church, they were in my late dad's Sunday school class. My dad was a Sunday school teacher. And so Cujo didn't attend the church, but like I say, his mom and his grandmother did. Well, his grandmother, first cousin, was my nursery teacher, Miss Bussy. They were first cousins, you know. So to sum up the story, one day I go to this house for a party or get together because they had food and people over there. I don't know exactly what they were celebrating. And so when I go in the den, Vic, it was a headshot picture of Cujo Goodie, a big old picture, a headshot of Cujo. And I'm like, yo, that's Cujo from the Goodie Mob. You know, this like 95. So, I mean, cell therapy, soul food. I mean, this when they were doing it, you know, when they first came out, you know. And I'm like, man, that's Cujo from the Goodie Mob. You know, I know who that is, you know. And next thing I know, Cujo walking down the stairs going to get something to eat. And I'm like, yo, dad, that's Cujo from the Goodie Mob. He's like, I know. So that's how I met Cujo. My dad surprised me, took me to his mom's house. And I want to say he had just gotten the house for her. I want to say it might have been a housewarming party or something. And, you know, that's how I met Cujo. But what really solidified it, Vic, is unfortunately when Cujo had his accident in 2002, he was in the hospital. And I remember Andre 3000 mom was there. Rest in peace to Miss Benjamin. She was in the hospital room as well. Well, I had a CD with me, and my dad was like, just take it with you. I'm like, I don't know, Dad. He just had this, you know, accident. He probably ain't want to hear no music or try to get no CD from nobody. He said, just take it. You never know. Took the CD up there. My dad prayed with Cujo, you know, and everything, you know, per Cujo's request. And right then and there, I said, hey, Cujo, I got my CD here, but if you don't want to take it, I understand. I never forget the conversation. And Cujo, you know, he got that deep voice, you know, yeah, deal, give me that CD. You know, I gave him the CD, and he started rocking with me from then on, man. I think that's what really solidified it. So it was kind of like an unfortunate situation, kind of turned positive in a way, you know what I'm saying? So that's how it happened with me and Cujo, and we've been rocking out ever since.
All right, now, in hearing those two stories, it's very apparent that your father was really, really proud and a really pusher of you chasing your dreams.
Yeah, man. And man, when you said that, big, it reminded me, my dad passed away in 2014. It was a day after his 85th birthday. July the 20th is when he passed. Well, when he was in the hospital during that week, we were trying to shoot a video to one of our songs called Black Magnum, and it's on YouTube, Black Magnum, Divine Sons. You can look it up. Well, you know, of course, we were like, man, let's just cancel the video shoot. Of course, you know, Diligence, dad's in the hospital. Let's just cancel the shoot. And so, you know, I was telling my dad, I said, Dad, I canceled the shoot. You know, I'm told him we ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna stay here with you. He was like, go do that video. Like, no, Dad, you in the hospital. You in ICU. No, I ain't doing that. He like, go with Plex and go do that video. And I was like, you sure? You know, going back and forth, you sure? No, man, you sure? And so, of course, I went. And, you know, heard to his request, went out there, shot Black Magnum, and then, you know, he passed like a week later, you know what I'm saying? So that's why at the end of Black Magnum, we dedicated to my dad's memory, because that was one of his last wishes. He was like, go shoot that video, man. Man, don't deny this opportunity. I know I'm in the hospital. I'll be here when you get back. And we're going to celebrate my birthday. And he was here for his birthday, man. But like I said, he was in hospice the next day, and of course, you know what happened. So, yeah, man.
But
yeah, prayer crew forever.
Now, I would have to say, anyone that listens to your lyrics, and if they ever wonder where that soul and that feeling comes from, man, number one, having a very strong black male in your life. Number two, going to HBCU.
Absolutely.
Man, you're very family oriented, because that was going to lead to my next question. When we hear Diligent, when we hear Corey Diligent, we're not going to hear the typical trap rap. We're going to hear something of a high level. What makes you come from that place?
Man, being around Divine Sons, man, when I tell you, when you speak about Plex Long, Dan Johns, the Hunch Punch Champ, Anand the Griot, Felix, Odessa, Supreme, Finale, I just have to name all of the sons. These dudes here, I'm telling you, that these dudes have motivated me. have encouraged me, have prayed with me, and they're just, man, the driving force behind the whole Corey Diligent, the way the project came out, the way it did, and just all the success I attained. Like you speak about Pletz Long. When I was down at the radio station, those 10 weeks, he was there every week, Vic. He went every week. I battled down there on the radio, you know. So that's where the motivation really comes from. It's from the Divine Son. So even though we have 8 a.m., we have Black Box and all these other groups and labels that you hear about, it's all under the Divine Son's umbrella. It's all under the Divine Sons, and that it's really deeper than music. It's more brotherhood, loyalty, and family more than anything. So I gotta give credit to the Sons.
All right, now you mentioned during the pandemic, how many releases did collectively y'all release?
Six.
Okay, and they were?
Okay, well, Pletz Long released 2 albums. He had a Growth Season, and then he also released Vision 2020. He released 2 projects in the same year. And so the Hunch Punch Champ released Champions Don't Die. And these projects I name on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, wherever you go, just type it in. The Hunch Punch Champ, Champions Don't Die. He released that album, and he's currently working on Face Punch. That's his next project. And then Champion Theme Music will come after them. But that's the Hunch Punch Champ. Anon DeGrio, the other half of 8 a.m. As always, Diligent and Anon are 8 a.m. in the morning. Anon, aside from releasing the 8 a.m. album, you know, last January, Anon released his second solo project, which is Alchemy, Alchemy, Alchemy. His first project is A Beautiful Headache. You can download that as well. But Alchemy is what he released during the COVID season. And all these projects I named, I'm featured on them. And then on my project, Corey Diligent, they're all featured on my project. Finally, we released Business is Booming. That's Dan Johns and Corduroy Billy. Corduroy Billy is the 8 a.m. producer. He did every track on the 8 a.m. album. And Business is Booming is on all platforms as well. And of course, the Divine Sons, The Beautiful, the Divine Sons collective album is on all platforms, The Beautiful. And all projects, like I said, are out. We all featured on each other's projects. So you really get to hear all of us just really, you know, do our thing on each other's projects, man. So I encourage everyone, man, treat yourself, don't cheat yourself, man, for sure.
All right, now, man, how, and Black men definitely need to hear this. Mm-hmm. How were you guys able to maintain this friendship, this brotherhood for over 20 years?
Man, it's the music, man. The music, that's the one thing that combines all of us. You know, you speak about, okay, after we graduated from Morehouse, there was a period of years where we didn't speak. You know, a lot of us that got married, had kids, and really started our family and our careers, you know, outside of music, you know. And so we decided to come together. I can't remember who made the call, who called who. You know, all I know is next thing I know, I'm getting emails and texts like, hey, let's work on another Divine Sons album. And Chaos Theory, that was our debut album, our Divine Sons debut album, you know, as the Sons. And when I say Sons, that's S-U-N-S. I just want to clarify that, Divine Sons. And so we just came together, man, but it's the music, man. We all really love doing this, and we don't do it, you know, to try to get no platinum album, and ain't nothing wrong with that, because again, I got industry friends who've been multi-platinum and everything. That's great accomplishment, but we do it because we love to do music. And my dad taught me, if you love to do something, you ain't got to work a day in your life. So that's really where it boils down to. It's just the music for us. We just love coming together, making great music, bouncing ideas off each other, and it's really an inspirational thing. Like we're fans of each other. I'm a Pletz Long fan, and Pletz is a Corey Diligent fan, and it's just a great thing, man. I'm just blessed to be a part of Divine Sons. I really must say.
All right, now a lot of people who know you as a battle rapper and as a rapper in general, they know Diligent. When did you go through the transformation and decide to add Corey?
Okay, it was a couple of things. I had done an interview, and again, this is on YouTube as well. They're called the Soundproof Hunger Room. 3 words, Soundproof and then Hunger Room. And you can type my name in along with Soundproof Hunger Room. Check out that interview. Well, in the intro, they introduced me as Corey Diligent, you know, across the screen, the word across the screen. And so I saw that and I was like, Corey Diligent. I was like, that's kind of dope, you know, and I just kept it in my mental Rolodex. You know, I still diligent. I just kept it in the back of my mind. But then my man, Real Lewis, who's also featured on, he'll be on my next single that I'm about to put out. I'm about to do the video here in a few weeks called Fire and Rain, which is on the Corey Diligent album. Well, Real had gone through a name change as well. He went from Real to Real Lewis, you know, and his album is out too, Kismet, Kismet, all platforms. So those two situations, that's what really solidified it for me. But they say three's a charm. I think the nail in the coffin was to see all the other Divine Sons. If you notice, all their names either 2 or 3 words. Anon the Griot, the Hunch Punch Champ, Pletz Long, Dan Johns. So I said, Corey Diligent. And it just fit, you know, it just fit, you know, my government and then the name that, you know, Chris Smith gave me. And I just put it together, man. And it just worked, man. So that's why I titled, you know, my current project, Corey Diligent, which I released on my wife's birthday on March 25th.
All right, man. It seems like you're definitely a date guy.
Yeah.
Birthday's dropping on your daughter's birthday.
Yeah.
Like you are definitely a date guy. Is there a reason like you center special moments in your life around other special dates?
Okay, well, with Angel, with my daughter, with Cujo dropping it on May 7th, that was pure coincidence. That was just a coincidence. It wasn't. My daughter's birthday didn't have anything to do with the release being on her birthday. It was just coincidental. You know, that was supernatural. So I give that credit to God. You know, so but with my project releasing on my wife's birthday, when I dropped my first project back in 2009, Vic, it was called Live from Camden Road Volume 1. Okay, and you know how this go. When you get your CDs, you know, when they send them to you, they don't come all ready together. The inserts come in a stack, the jewel case is one stack, and then the CDs is another box. And you got to put them together one by one, see? So that's the era I came from. But Vic, I was so excited, man, about my first, you know, official release. And so I just started putting the CDs together. I was just so excited to the point I end up falling asleep, Vic. You know, I'm 2, 3 in the morning, you know, I end up falling asleep right there on the floor putting the CDs together. I woke up, you know, a few hours later, all the CDs were done. I didn't know I didn't finish them. So I run in the bedroom. Hey, Nikki, the CDs, what happened? How did CDs get done? She said, well, I saw you fell asleep, you know, doing them. So I stayed up the rest of the morning and finished them for you. So I said, wow, like I was speechless after that. So I you know, I've done nice things for, you know, our anniversary was actually yesterday, 15 years. So happy anniversary.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, May 13th. Yes, sir. But yeah, when she did that, Big, I was like, I got to do something for her, man. Like I said, I've done nice things for her, you know, up until now, but I never done something to say thank you. Like I never forgot what you did for me that morning, putting the rest of them CDs together. We talking about 1,000 CDs. So we ain't talking about like a couple of hundred. So she was up like the rest of the morning doing, you know. And so I said, you know what, with this project, with the name change, with me being hands-on with this project, you know, as much work I put into it in time, I'm going to drop it on her birthday. And it was her 40th birthday this past March 25th. So it was like a double celebration. Now, you only get one 40th birthday. So I said, I'm going to drop my album on her birthday to tell her thank you for what she did for me for my first album that morning. So that's where it came from.
Okay. Also, yeah, man, I noticed on YouTube, I seen you rocking with a live band, and it was very inspirational, man. How did that come about?
Wow, man. And man, I'm trying not to get emotional with this part. What it is, that's my man Cricket. Cricket was actually, that's where Black Rob was living at, the late great Black Rob. He was living with Cricket up until the time where he passed. So when you see that live performance, Black Rob was to the left of me. I know he's off camera, but he's sitting in the chair at a table to the left of me while I'm performing. So the way it happened, I met Cricket at Drunken Unicorn. Cujo and Timo had a show out there where they had, you know, local artists perform, and they reached out to me and wanted me to come bless it. And Anon and Hunch blessed the stage with me as well. And so, man, we went out there and Cricket was playing the drums that night. Now, that night, I didn't meet Cricket, but Cricket remembered my performance, okay? So Stacey Lois, I know you may have seen her online. Well, Stacey Lois has a song with 8 Ball and MJG called Space Age Grinding on all platforms and the videos on YouTube. Please check out Stacey Lois. And she just dropped her album 222 as well on all platforms. But Stacey Lois, she had a thing out of Stank On You. And I know you're familiar with Philippa. You may know her, Philippa. She's a great singer. She does stuff with Timo and Cujo as well. Well, her and Philippa did a video out there, you know, at Stank On You. And Cricket was there. Cricket was there playing the drums, him and David Wild. That was Wild Peach's people. Rest in peace to Wild Peach. But yeah, Cricket was out there playing the drums. And he remembered me from the Drunken Unicorn performance. He's like, "What's up, man? I remember you from the Drunken Unicorn performance. We need to rock out, you know." And so that's how it happened, you know. And then we just planned it, and we just rocked out that night, man. I was just so happy that Black Rob was able to see that, man, because you know he and I shared the same birthday, June 8th. So
another day.
Yeah, another day. I know them days. Yeah, so when my birthday come up, you know, here in a few weeks, man, we definitely gonna do a double celebration for me and Rob. I just haven't put it together yet, but yeah, that's how it happened. So rest in peace to Black Rob with that story, definitely. Like, whoa.
Is there any chance that we might see any Diligent performances, especially with the world starting to open back up? Is there any chance we might see some performances with Diligent and a live band? Or at least
man, that would be so fire. It would just have to be planned, man. You know, Cricket is such a busy guy. You know, he's played for Nas, Wu-Tang, Outkast, Goodie Mob, and you know, we just have to plan it. But you know, I was speaking with Black Rob's manager. I got to shout out Cal Dawson, and I was speaking with him, and we were talking about possibly getting some shows together whenever he's back in Atlanta, because he commutes from Atlanta to New York a lot. You know, because that's where he's from. And so we were talking, you know, trying to get some stuff together. So it's definitely in the works. It's definitely in the works. So just be on the lookout. Be on IG at Diligence Swasses. You know, follow me on IG, Facebook, Corey Diligent Pruitt, PREWITT Senior. And man, just follow me, man. You know, I'm on social media often. So just look out for them updates, man. It's definitely coming up. Definitely.
Now, speaking of social media, bro, you're definitely heavy into marketing. Hence the shirt you have on. Like, how important is marketing and merchandising in 2021?
Man, it is. Man, that's the major thing that artists have to do nowadays. You know, Vic. You know, I'm not sure how old you are. It's not important. But my point is, I know you and I came up in the A&R era where you'll try to do a demo, send it to So Dev, send it to I'm trying to think of LaFace, send it to a record label to even for A&R to even get heard, to hear. You can't nowadays. The A&R day is over with now. Now you got to do it yourself. Now you got to get a logo or get a brand, get shirts made, hats, masks, and kind of market yourself, you know, for people to know, you know, what you do. You know, one thing that Pletch taught me, he said, in order to be successful in music, a person should be able to come up to you and be like, "Hey, you're Corey Diligent and you rap with Divine Son." They should know you for what you do. That's when you know that you're making progress. If someone sees Vic in the street, they should be able to come and say, "Hey, you're Vic from Ryan Dirty Radio. Hey, you do the duel on Facebook." Like, they should know you for what you do, you know, and that's just the key thing, you know, and it's not an easy thing because, you know, as I do, Vic, in Atlanta, everybody either rap, produce, their cousin got a studio, everybody do music down here in some sort of fashion, you know what I'm saying? So it's highly competitive, but that's what I'm seeing now. Just, man, a lot of people really branding themselves, man, and really putting their stuff out there. Even down, speaking about the Goodie Mob, you know, Big Gift got Gift Goodies, you know, that's his CBD line. That's trying to brand, you know, his line out there. Cujo Goodie got the FFDM, that's 55 Delicious merch, you know what I'm saying? And he got the Cujo Goodie gear, he got Goodie Mob gear. Timo got the South is Saying Something gear and album. And CeeLo got his album. So aside from having the Goodie Mob thing, they all individually do, you know, marketing, you know, and promotion for themselves to keep themselves relevant. And then they come back and do the Goodie Mob thing like, as you know, survival kicking is on all platforms. Definitely get that survival kit. Outkast is on it, man. I'm just proud just to be affiliated with them. It's really motivating, man.
Bro, I gotta ask,
Yeah.
what makes you so humble? I've interviewed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in my journalistic career. And when I tell you, I've never witnessed a person pay more homage to the people around him than you. Like, you've taken the opportunity to mention so many people. Like, what has made you be so humble? Because a lot of artists, when it's their time, and they're not thinking about nothing, bro.
Right.
You have talked about everything from, man, you've talked about everything. You paid homage and mentioned almost everything that's influenced your journey. Like, what makes you do that?
One part of it is that, honestly, Vic, I'm spirit driven, man. You know what I'm saying? Just my dad being a Sunday school teacher for 40 plus years, you know, again, rest in peace to my dad. And he just taught me the importance of having a relationship with God. And so I will not be on your platform and say I'm the most religious person in the world. I won't say that, but I pray every day. I thank God every day. You know, every day I wake up, you know, I just, you know, put it in his hands, you know, and that's just something that my father instilled in me as a young boy. And I just try to instill in my son and my daughter, you know, as a father now. Another part is I'm proud of my fellow ATLers. You know, I mean, you speak about crisscross. I mean, we were in Boy Scouts together. We were in the band together. Me and Chris Smith sung in the chorus together. So, you know, one day you're at the park playing, shooting basketball with Chris and Chris. Next day, they Jump is the #1 song in the world. And they touring with Michael Jackson. It's just a great story, man. And, you know, to see Dro do what he do with T.I., with Shoulder Lean. And, you know, a lot of people don't know, you know, Dro got shot when we were 14, 15 years old. You know, Dro almost died, you know, and I can only speak about it because he speaks about it, you know, freely in his interviews. And so for God to give him another chance, you know, at life, and for T.I. to recognize his talent, you know, it's just with every group or with every artist, you know, who I've seen, you know, get their success. I'm just proud of him, man. Rocco, his aunt lives right next door to me as to this day, you know. It's just, man, you grow up with people and you see them do big things and you're just proud. Jamal Lewis. Jamal and I graduated from Doug together. But to see him win a Super Bowl ring. DJ Monte was in my homeroom for 4 years, you know. It's just great, man. I just been really blessed in my life, and you know, I just, you know, want the best for everybody, man. You know, it's a lot of what they say player hate out here, you know, and I just never been that jealous person, Vic. I've always been to congratulate and be like, man, keep going, man. And because, you know, I feel if you're a fan of someone, like I'm a fan of Goodie Mob, of course, that's my favorite rap group. Be a fan for life. Like I think that's what's missing in music. You know, when Biggie Pop was out, man, like, man, you would go buy their CD, read the inside cover, memorize the lyrics. And that fan status is just, it's not there like it used to be. Like, man, you would buy every Biggie album, every Wu-Tang album, because you were a fan. And that's me. I'm old school, man. I'm 41, finna be 42 next month, but that's me, man. If I rock with you, I'm gonna rock with you 100%. Like 99% ain't enough for me. I'm gonna rock with you 100% or higher. So that's me.
Now, before we get out of here, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about this project, Corey Diligence. I want to ask you, if a person was locked on an island and they could take only 3 songs from this Corey Diligence project, what 3 would you suggest?
Oh, man. Fire and Rain, which is going to be my next single featuring Real Lewis, who I spoke about earlier. Definitely Fire and Rain, because that's based on a true story. Imagine, which is another track on the album. That's actually track 3 on the album, right before Fire and Rain being track 4. So a Fire and Rain, Imagine, and one more. Oh, I want to say Timeline, because I just love, you know, just the timeline of events. But I may have to put Timeline in number 4 and put Better Be Me. Better Be Me. Man, me and Plex, man. Man, that song, people call it like the Fresh Perspective Part 2. You know, Fresh Perspective was a song Plex and I did on my Legacy album which was my third release, because 8 a.m. was my fourth release. So my third release, Legacy, and we did a song called Fresh Perspective, and that video is on YouTube as well. Diligent featuring Corey Diligent featuring Plex Long. And I think those are 3 songs, man. Fire and Rain, Imagine, and Better Be Me. And on the album, they're all together. Better Be Me is number 2, Imagine's number 3, and Fire and Rain's number 4. So they all back to back to back. So them the 3 right there, for sure.
All right, before I let you go, I'm gonna take you back.
Okay.
And this was a song that you did years ago, and I cannot remember the name of it.
Okay.
But I listen to it at least once a week. I have an MP3 player.
Okay.
And you know, people don't listen to MP3s anymore. So
I know, right?
So it's got a lot of old music that I played at RFG, old independent music. But there's a song in there by you, and you're talking about your life, basically your relationship with your mother, your father. It was almost like a coming of age song, and I cannot remember the name of it.
I think you're talking about Sorry. Is it Sorry, Baby, I'm Sorry?
Nope.
That's not it?
You talk about changing your life. You talking about
Oh, I got you. Testimony.
Yes.
Testimony.
Yes.
I had to think about it for a second. Testimony. Okay. Testimony was on my second album release. It was called SWAT Atlanta. And Testimony was the first single off there. And yeah, that was during the time, that's when my relationship with God was at its that's when I really developed my relationship, was during that time, man. And actually I became an ordained deacon. So when you see the video, and the video's on YouTube, you know, Corey Diligent Testimony. And when you see the part where we're doing the whole ordination for the deacons and everything, that's for real. I was actually getting ordained as a deacon for real. You know, so like speaking about Divine Sons, they call me the Divine Deacon of the Divine Sons. So that's where the little my nickname comes from, the Deacon of the Divine Sons. So yeah, testimony. That
Bro,
based on a true story, man. Yeah.
That song will stand the test of time.
I really appreciate that, man. That was actually done by my man, what's his name? Seth Mills. Man, I ain't heard that song in so long, but Seth Mills did that song, man. We recorded out there at Hindu Studios. That was Allen Henderson's old studio out there by Grand Hustle. Yeah, you remember Hindu? Yeah, by Grand Hustle. Yeah, we recorded that years ago, man. That had to be 03 maybe, 03, 04, somewhere in there. Yeah. So,
but I have this old MP3.
Yeah, hey man, that's one of my favorites right there. Yeah, Testimony. Hey, Big, you brought it back with that one, man. I even had to think about it. Yeah, Testimony, definitely. So everyone, please check out Testimony by Corey Diligent on YouTube, definitely. Shout out Dan Hunter, who shoots all my videos. Dan Hunter of Yellow Trigger Films. I definitely want to shout him out. All my visuals. Yeah. And I just want to say, Big, before we get out of here, I just dropped my recent video. It's called Vape Culture, and it's culture with a K. And I did it for the Vape Culture shop that's on Old National, 5015 Old National Highway. I think it's Unit H, right off the exit. And, you know, and I shout out Gib Goodies in there for my man, Big Gib. And the video is on YouTube, Corey Diligent Vape Culture. And I did it in memory of DMX. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the dog.
Okay. All right. Well, sir, I definitely appreciate you giving me.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, Vic. Thank you for your time, brother. And shout out to Riding Dirty Radio, man. Shout out to the Duel. And, man, I just pray many blessings upon your life, man. Much success to you, brother. You definitely deserve it. And shout out to the microaggression. You know, I don't forget, man.
Hey, man, look, I'm going to be honest.
You was in battle rap too, Vic.
I see Smack, and every time I watch Smack or RBE, I get that itch. I get that itch.
You get that itch? Hey, Vic, you gonna bring it back, Vic?
Nah.
You ain't gonna bring it back.
I'm gonna leave it to the professionals.
On a serious note, it would be dope to do like, if not like a documentary, like they should put something out there. I was talking to Direct about it at the Bullpen event. We should do something like that. And we can have yourself on there and just speak about that ATL battle rap history that people don't know about before Grind Time and Bullpen and ABR. There was microaggression, man. Yeah. You know, I remember my man Issues used to battle out there. Shout out to Issues.
Yes, Issues. Senior Kaus, who used to be
Okay.
known as Kid Chaos back in the day.
Yeah.
Funny.
What about Reed Richards? Was he out there?
Reed Richards.
Reed Richards, that was my guy, man. That's woo, you going back now, brother.
Funny story.
Man.
One of the people who are known as one of the most popular hosts in Atlanta right now, Fort Knox, used to come through every time.
Really?
Fort Knox was a battle rapper. A lot of people don't know that.
Let me tell you a story about Fort Knox. I know you gotta get out of here. Quick story. Okay, we're up at the radio station. You know, this during my reign as freestyle champ, doing Coco Brothers segment. When Issues came up there and Fort Knox was with him, Knox won't even remember this, but Fort Knox was with him, right? I had just fell in battling. I think I just beat Jay Young. I think me and Jay Young, I think it was our second battle. You know what I'm saying? I won that battle. And so I think it was a Jay Young battle. Don't quote me on that, but either way, after I had won the battle for that week, Fort Knox, you know, he from New York, you know, he kind of loud and aggressive, you know. He like, yo, my man can see him, you know. This Knox, he talking about Issues, right? And we had an impromptu battle, man, you know, me and Issues. So that's how I met Issues, is through Fort Knox. And then when I did Grind Time tryouts, he was there too. Him, Dreads, you know, Sid Vicious, Deuce, Chris Petty, all them wild there. So, and then Goodie Mob just had a show, last month they did a virtual show with Keith Murray, and Fort Knox hosted. And so I got to see Fort Knox again, and Four Eyes was there, Daylight was there, you know, so it was just good to see those guys, man. Definitely. Shout out to Fort Knox. That's my dude, man. Shout out to Fleet DJs.
That's another one who used to battle rap. People don't know.
Oh, I didn't know Fort Knox battle rap now. No. Now, I knew he was in it, but no, I didn't know he battle rap.
Fort Knox battle rapped. He retired from battle rapping to manage Issues.
Wow, I didn't know that. But that story I just told you, Knox wouldn't even remember that. Now, he may remember, you know, when I brought it up. I don't think he remembered that was me, that he was talking. My man can see him. Yeah. And Issues had on the Army fatigue. So, yeah, just great memories, man. Shout out to Knox and Issues and everybody, man.
All right, man. Before we get out of here, again, tell them about the project, where they can find it, and all your social media info.
Hey, definitely, man. Corey Diligent. Y'all see it on the shirt. If y'all can get that. That's the cover right there. Corey Diligent, a self-titled album on all platforms, man. Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, iTunes, YouTube. It's everywhere. You know, just type in Corey Diligent, Corey, and then Diligent, Diligent. Black Box is on there. Divine Sons featured on there. Real Lewis, my man, he's featured on there. And to get him, contact me on social media. IG is at Diligent Swats, DILIGENT all together, as well as Twitter, you know, Diligent Swats. We have a Divine Sons IG, Divine Sons, SUNS Music, all together, Divine Sons Music. And that goes for YouTube as well, YouTube.com/Divine Sons Music. Black Box has a Facebook, Black Box Entertainment, and a YouTube as well, YouTube.com/Black Box DMV, you know, for DC, Maryland, and Virginia, because that's where Black Box started, Reston, Virginia. And I definitely got to shout out Face the Truth, SK the Kid, /Jab, One Shot Mike, Nitty, everybody in Reston, Virginia who's a part of Black Box. I definitely got to shout them out. What else? The 8 a.m. album, I know I just spoke about it earlier, but the video is out. 8 a.m., that's the self-titled song by 8 a.m. in the morning. That's me and Anon Negrio featuring Plex Long. So you can check the video out. We're getting ready to shoot the second video for 8 a.m. here in, you know, sometime in the summer. We're going to shoot a Cascade to kind of pay homage to the whole ATL movie and, you know, the whole, you know, skating ring ATL story, you know, a lot of people know about if you're from Atlanta. And that's pretty much it, man. I named all the projects we did. They're on all platforms. 8 a.m. has an IG as well. The number 8 a.m. 2020, all together. So, man, just add us on, you know, Instagram, follow us. You know what I'm saying? Goodie Mob has an Instagram at Goodie Mob. You know, y'all see me out repping with them doing my thing. And, man, all this great music we putting out, man, definitely, man. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Like I said earlier, Survival Kid is out. Corey Diligent is out. Divine Sons the Beautiful is out. Plex Long is out. Punch is out. Dan Johns, Corduroy Billy, Ananda Griot. It's all out there, y'all. Man, definitely take advantage. And lastly, divinesons.bandcamp.com. You can go check out all the Divine Sons projects. divinesons.bandcamp.com for sure.
All right, man. It's one shout out that you did not give.
Who's that?
You gotta give. Bro, I've never seen you online in public without your beard being fresh. Who hyped you up?
Yeah, hey, shout out to my man Will, man. My man Will, man. That's Vanity Hair in Studio, man. I think it's I can't think of his Instagram. It's like Style is My Life or something like that. But with my man Will Whitley, man, I don't mean to call his full name, but I definitely got to shout him out. My man Will, man, been my boss for 20 plus years, man. I got to shout out Will. And ironically, he's Sonny's barber too. So when you saw us battle on 106 & Park, you know, we were getting, you know, lined up and cleaned up by the same guy to this day. So shout out to Will, my man.
All right, deal, man. It's always a pleasure. And I know this won't be the last time we talk. So.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not, Fit. Thank you so much again, brother.
All right. Till next time, brother. I'm headed to handle some business, and I'm going to be listening to the project.
Hey, man, already, man. Handle your business. A-Town in the building, Southwest Atlanta. Corey Diligence. SWATs. Yeah.